So good morning. I'm actually driving one of the campaign trucks, one of the sign trucks, because I had some problems and I need to repair it. And many of you may know that I run a truck shop for 21 years. 12 of that I was actually a master diesel mechanic, and then I moved into, more of a, it just grew, and I ended up being, having to run and build that business. And it was one of the largest private fleet maintenance businesses in Arizona. And I sold that. Anyway, so it's kind of fun to work on trucks and do a little bit of that. It's more like therapy for me because I don't have time to do that type of stuff. But just took it for a test drive. It's running really good now and ready to go back to work. And pretty happy with the way everything is going in our campaign. Anyway, I'll show you this truck here. It's a Hino, and anyway, we went and got it wrapped, and you might have seen it around, but now she's ready to work. So I actually got so busy yesterday that I couldn't do another video. At least I didn't stop and I didn't do a video. So I've got to make up for that today. So this will be video 19, and then I'll do another one today. It'll be video 18 because we're on day 18. There's a couple things that are on my mind that seem to be really pressing. One is the CDC's decision to add the COVID vaccine to the list of basically vaccine shots for kids going to school. And of course, that is extremely concerning to me because we know that shot is harming people, damaging people, that it's terrible. And most vaccines, it takes like 7 years to develop. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And I'm not going to get into, too much about it, but it is a concern that the CDC would add it to the list of vaccines for children going to school. And then on top of that, Governor Little and Wasden, who's the Attorney General, did not add their names to the list of governors and attorney generals that are fighting this in their states. You would think that they would do that in Idaho, that this would be something that they would do. But it just goes to show that they are part of this liberal agenda, this leftist movement. And people need to understand that why did Little do exactly what Inslee in Washington and Brown in Oregon and Newsom in California and the others did? Why is he not fighting these things in the way that a conservative governor should be, or even a Republican governor should be? And the answer to that is Governor Little is part of the Western Governors Association. And he meets often with Inslee, Brown, Newsom, and other governors in the Western United States. And this is where they come together and where they kind of push their resolutions and agenda throughout their states. And this is another bit of evidence that this is going on, because he is following the lead of Governor Inslee, Governor Brown, Governor Newsom, and he did that all the way through COVID, and he's still doing it now. He did that with the lockdown orders. He did that with masks. He did that with the vaccines. I mean, just watch this video right here and tell me that he's not being prompted to do something.
I'm Governor Brad Little in Idaho. Mask up, America. I mask up because I want our kids in Idaho to go back to school, for our economy to rebound, and our people to stay safe.
So, I mean, that, to Governor Little's defense, I mean, it's just he's being told what to do. And that is dangerous for us as Idahoans. It's dangerous for us because we're in a time now where we have to have some leadership to make sure that these things don't happen to us here in Idaho. We are not Washington, we are not Oregon, and we are certainly not California. In fact, with that being said, I want to show you our new campaign ad. So it's right here. Let me show you.
What makes California, California? Is it the drugs? Is it the homeless? Is it the crime? Or is it the defecation in the streets?
Well, luckily for us, we don't live in California. We live in Idaho, where crime is stopped out, where men are still men, and where the American dream still lives today. You see, we do things a little different around here. And we're not going to stand by and watch as our way of life gets destroyed. This November, we have one chance to keep Idaho safe from crime, from drugs, and from violence. To keep Idaho free from mandates, from lockdowns, and tyranny. We have a chance to keep our children safe from indoctrination and exploitation. This November, we have one chance to preserve our way of life. I'm Ammon Bundy. Vote for me to keep Idaho, Idaho. So you see, we are not California. We don't want to be California. We're Idaho. And we need a governor that'll protect Idahoans and their values, and certainly not injecting things, terrible things into our children's body just so that they can go to school, is protecting, our values. It's not protecting our children. I mean, there's a young man in Emmett, Idaho, that got the vaccine, and he was paralyzed for months from the neck down. And he still doesn't have the motor skills, if I understand correctly. I haven't followed up with him for a while, but last time I checked, he still doesn't have the motor skills that he had before. And this is just one case in my own hometown. This is not safe. We shouldn't be promoting it. And even though the CDC is pushing it, we shouldn't be allowing it. And so, anyway, this is my video today. I've got a long day. I'm actually going to go camping with my son. Again, he's going to be gone for 2 years on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm going to miss him terribly. And he's going to Washington, D.C., which is in the belly of the beast and concerns me. But I do believe that he will do much good there, that he will reach a tremendous amount of people there, teach them about Jesus Christ, because people who believe in Jesus Christ, who love Jesus Christ and who follow his teachings are happier. That's just the way it is. They're better to each other. They're kinder. They're more prosperous. And I believe it's because he is the Lord and the Savior of this world, and that he plays an extremely, extremely important role in us finding peace and finding forgiveness. And I'm grateful that Hayden's willing to go and, give up 2 years of his life as a young man. He's 18 years old to go teach people in Washington, D.C. about Jesus Christ. So I'm going to spend the rest of the weekend with him. I'll still do videos because I promised I would, and I'll do another one today. But I'm looking forward to getting to the mountains with my boy and spending that time there and just enjoying each other.